original.
Want your glasses?
No.
Guys selling ice.
Good audio. Happy Wheatland. Happy Wheatland! Happy Wheatland.
Camping area?
No. Man.
See, here's
Good. I like you guys blocking this road off. That's good. Might need a little bit of dust. Hopefully it won't get quite.
You'll never know. If it's a slow descent.
Oh, you want to go for that?
Yeah,
It can be like the transition from the setting up to the actual.
Yeah, right at the end of the open, you last for the Celtic Heritage.
Tape's 895.
the one at the killer.
Now we can go wherever we want.
Yep, sure can.
Where is it?
Hi there, thank you. Have fun. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4 pretty wristbands for 4 coming in. Here's a map. Have fun. Have fun.
Alright. Plus it's going to air on Delta Channel 19 in October.
Oh, great. All about Wheatie?
Sort of like those dentist glasses, you know? I got a blue one for your shirt here. What's your name? Jenny. Jenny, I'm Jerry. Let's see. Might not work. Hang on, hang on.
Cold drinks.
Ta-da! Gotta have imagination. Gotta have imagination. You're welcome. Have a good.
I think 60. Did you bring them out? Oh, did you? Yes, I do. Where? They come on the other side of these. Oh, I love it. Looks like it's nice. This is stuff on the way down. Spanish Talks and play drums.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We didn't use it either.
We will not be far.
Thank goodness. We haven't
Come on, do something.
Let's see what's the place
Well, actually, it's not quite deep.
These are neat.
This is not quite on the ground. Those two are not quite on the ground.
These are my favorites here.
So in fact, this is about.
These are the cheaper ones too, huh?
Well,
It looks like
these are still the ones I'll put on.
So you actually turn it on your wheel and then you slap on these things, huh?
I had to put drag on.
Whoa! That's really nice.
What, Mom?
I said it's kind of scary how good you're getting. I feel bad for the kids.
Here it goes, be all set. Yeah.
He's got a.
Dave's a good mechanic too.
He's got a erector set.
Oh yeah.
Collect, you know, I find old.
Yeah.
You want to take this from when I set it up first, or?
Yeah, sure. Here, just widen out here a little bit. Okay, you can just pick it up there.
I just got back from canoeing in Canada, so that was the last time I had this tent set up. A river called the Goulet River. You ever heard of it?
No, not personally, no.
TV.
Whose hands are you?
You're on camera now, Bob. There's my slate. Say hi. Hi.
Look at those shoes.
Because I'm going to be on TV, wouldn't he?
Here comes our... He's coming to your house, guys. Come on, let's go. Come on. Let's go in the house. There's the kid, too. He's going to take a
I'm on a team too.
Me too.
I'm not. Didn't change.
When I'm
The name of the dance is Honeywell Circle.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. And the name of the tune is Cowboy's Dream. Circle out. Now back to the right. Face your partner. Sashay. Big clap. Sashay back. Big clap. And right hands round. And back to the left. Once and a little bit more. On to someone else. Balance here. And swing. Nice long swing. All join hands. Let's circle up. Circle up. And back to the right. Face this new partner. Sashay in. And clap. And clap. Sashay back. And clap. And right hand round. Once. Right hand. And back to the left. Once. And a little bit more. Move on to someone. Balance here. And swing. And
get one at the information tent. There's kids activities going on all day tomorrow, face painting, that sort of stuff. Real cool stuff for the kids. There's a performers committee excited about having these gentlemen up here at the festival this weekend. They have a strong fiddling tradition in Missouri, and they are from the Show Me State, as they talked about earlier. And they are certainly going to show us how it's all done this evening. Would you please welcome Jeff Sykes, Charlie Walden, Pete McMahon, Bob Holt, and Mr. Forrest Rose, dual-time Missouri fiddlers. Give them a nice hand.
Charlie is the president of our Missouri State Old Time Fiddlers Association.
We're going to play another little tune now, a waltz. We play lots of waltzes in Missouri as well as a lot of good hoedowns, and this is something called the Red Fox Waltz.
Thank you.
in the Carolinas, and we play a little more toward the Appalachian style. Now, play an old Doc Roberts tune, New Money.
They kill when they're up here at Wheatland. Please welcome back for the 99th time, the Fiddle Puppets.
you on me, but my girlfriend ain't gonna show up. So I ain't gonna go. What about you?
I want to show you where I'm going to be. Hi, Megan. All the here.
Where you going, bugger? Down here. Move over.
Right. How many other girls? Yeah.
Just myself.
Well, what's the face in the purple head? The tree! Around the tree!
Jump on Mikey.
Grandma's down there watching you, Andrea. Remember, go like this. But I'm going like this.
Bless you. Building a sandcastle here?
I can't do this. It's a big sandcastle.
Is that what you built, that sandcastle?
We are gonna win.
Can you tell me about what you guys are doing here? You want to? How about you?
Take water, pour it in there, and then it goes in there.
Okay, can you just speak up just a little?
See, we put the water down through here. It goes through a tunnel into there. And there's a tunnel that goes into that one, but the water does not flow through it. So we put a big piece of trash down there. And then we just pour water in it. I like to.
I gave it what I wanted to do, and I gave it an extra 10 minutes.
Pack it and destroy it. We need to do it hours and hours. Like a big rock. Still there? Barely. We put everything from rock catapults to movie pit tracks. Are you going to knock that down? No. No. Is somebody going to try to? I know somebody's going to try to knock that
This is castle coming. What you trying to do here? What's your strategy?
We want to build. Our strategy is we're using lots of sticks to build our castle. Actually, our dungeon. It's called the Maze Dungeon because if anybody escapes the dungeon, they'll always be stuck in it. There's another one.
So you're trying to create an ultimate dungeon?
Yeah.
All right.
I accidentally fell into it. Right, Micah? So we're making them better. Can I use that shovel? No, I'm using it. Justin! Buddy. Does anyone want this castle? Me. I want it. I want it. This is all put together. Directly. All the three traps are finished.
What are you guys doing here?
Digging a hole. Digging a hole.
What for, though?
Because. To have fun.
You gonna bury your parents in there or what?
Yeah! Bury your parents! My dad wouldn't fit in there. Yeah, my Uncle Scott. You feel like dad wouldn't fit in there. No, you dig down. Are you almost done? No.
That's part of the rules. They don't want the doors closed.
We're going to pretend we're magicians.
Somebody from outside pushes the door open.
Our job. You have to take all of it. Why not?
Yeah, it's down there. Here's some red. Hey.
Big brushes, I say, no, I don't want to do this.
There's a lot of room inside right in the back.
I want you. A lot of our friends and brothers lots of people here a couple years ago. Today we thought we'd concentrate on hand rhythms and body rhythms. And then tomorrow we're going to do more dancing in here. And one thing is that this is not the greatest place to try to do a dance workshop, but we always are able to accomplish some things. Today we're going to do a funny little dance, a special dance that it's one of the few dances that I know of that you do in a horizontal position. Okay, here we go.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
You having a good Wheatland? Yeah. Ready, Rod?
Yeah, let's go.
Ham bone, where you been? Way down south and back again. Hey, slap your knees and let's get down. Ham bone, come to town. All right, now. Go ahead, Joe.
10, 9, 8, 7.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're out of there.
Done at noon?
Yeah. Are you coming on?
Yeah, Dougie?
Yep, sure enough. You guys a new shift? Well, I've been just kind of guessing. I think you guys here on
Okay?
Yep.
The big truck. I got it with all the wood and stuff on it? Yeah, that's it. Okay. That reminded me of it.
Do it again.
Singers, dancers, and drummers.
Here we go. My name is George Martin. I'm belong to Ojibwe Nation. We're here to put on what we call a mini powwow, just a small powwow. And we're going to start it off like we start off our regular powwows. We're going to start off with a grand entry. We're going to do a flag song. And then we're going to do a welcome dance. And later on, we're going to get the audience involved in dancing. We're going to do a few dances that we'll ask you to come up and help us with. We just have a few dancers with us here today, so we're going to get the audience involved. So So without further ado, we'll have our grand entry. He wanted someone on this earth, Mother Earth, that represented him. And so that's the teaching. Beautiful this was. Just how beautiful it was. He didn't want to mess it up. He didn't want to do nothing. So when he was lowered onto this earth and start walking, he walked so lightly, his feet didn't even want to bend the blade of grass that he stepped on. So that's where we get our traditional dance.
the right direction, and then we'll go from there. This is one called Mississippi Sawyers.
Was that in the key of G?
No, it's a long way around the barn, but it may show some people some stuff. Those of you who are just starting off playing the banjo, when I have students just beginning, I try and get them right off the bat breaking down their right hand moves to one down, laying the thumb on that fifth string, and then when you raise your wrist, kind of catching that thumb, okay? So your wrist movement is kind of up and down like this, and that helps you keep. Okay, so that's just 2.
No philosophical questions, okay?
No, we just want to ask about the festival. So like,
okay.
when we do the documentary, people that are watching for the first time, they don't have a little bit of background.
Sure.
That's what it's all about.
Sure. I understand that.
Yeah. And are you going to have them talk to us?
Sure.
Are you recording?
Yeah, it's rolling.
Okay.
I'll clean my glasses here, okay?
Okay, we usually just start with this question, and that is, what do you like most about the festival?
I think for me, what I like the most is the camaraderie of the people that come to this festival, and the good feeling that I get from working on this festival for 10 plus months out of the year and having it all come together and working pretty smoothly, in spite of the fact that there are thousands of people here and performers who we've booked months in advance, and it's just a big accomplishment for me personally, and then as an organizational member, to see it all come together and happen. I mean, I'm happy and sad at the same time, simply because I'm real happy it all pulls together and it all goes well, but always sad when it's over too. And you know, you look around and it's Sunday night, people are leaving, and you realize that your months and months of hard work are over for that year, and take a couple months off and start over again.
Yeah. What kind of personal gratification do you get from it?
Well, I think as far as personal gratification goes, I think it's just it's working together with my friends who belong to the Wheatland Music Organization, and working towards a common goal, and that is to present traditional music, arts, and crafts on a weekend in September, and actually making it happen. It takes a tremendous amount of organization and leadership from top to bottom, and I think personally that's the really great thing about it for me, is that, you know, I feel like I'm doing something good for the community, for the state, and in some cases indirectly for the country. Just, and I don't mean that in any sort of political way, just simply, you know, presenting great music and arts and crafts and dance and just people from all over the country coming in because they want to come to this festival because they hear such great things about it.
What do you think the people that come here experience? You know, what do you think their feelings? If you were one of those people, and you didn't have to worry about all the other stuff.
Well, in some ways, I mean, I am one of those people, and
okay, Deanna, I'll take it.
Because, I mean, being an organizer, but at the same time, I'm a fan of a lot of these performers that are coming, and a lot of the crafts people that are here. You know, what they do is an amazing thing for me, and a lot of these people are making their living at it, and I don't think probably generally speaking.
Okay, you all set?
Well, I think so. I can get back down here.
Okay. What's the most enjoyable part? If you had to single out one specific thing, what do you like the most?
Personally, it's the music part of it for me. I play music sometimes too, and so it's always nice to get together with a lot of the people that come here and play for other people, and get a chance to play some music with them and visit with them. That's my personal high, I think, more than anything else. And a lot of these people are my friends, you know, that we book in too. You get to know them over the years, so it's always nice to kind of see them and play music with them and visit with them, and see them perform for lots of other people, and have lots of other people love what they do.
What's it like to be a musician up on that stage in front of what, 14,000 people?
Well, in some cases, yeah, it's probably that many. I think Wheatland audiences are probably very appreciative of the talent and the caliber of music that they see, because they've come to expect very high calibers and standards of music that we present to them, and I believe as a performer they probably just get their batteries charged like you wouldn't believe. I've had people come off and say, you know, this is the best we've ever played, or you know, some of our highest points in our musical career have been playing at the Wheatland Festival, which is a huge shot in the arm for me.
Oh, yeah.
And I know, talking to other performers and also people who've played here before and people who haven't played here before. It's amazing when you run around and you talk to, you know, you go out and go to other festivals and you see other performers and they say, yeah, you know, we just talked to these people who are friends, and you know, we've told them what a great time Wheatland is, and you know, there's only a handful of festivals in the country that you really need to go to and play, and one of them was Wheatland. And that is like, I don't know, I get sort of this lump in my throat, and because it's you know, you feel like you're really doing something right when all your friends are telling their friends and maybe your future friends about Wheatland and what a great place it is to play and what a great time they have while they're here and how well they're treated. I've talked to lots of other performers who play music for a living and they play around the country, and there are festivals they play because they get paid well. They don't necessarily have a good time there. So that's a real interesting thought for me. People come out and they want to play.
It must be quite a rush, you know. It's a really huge group.
Oh yeah.
Well known, and they say this is the best place to play.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Did you check the framing while we're shooting? Thanks. How long have you been involved in Wheatland?
I've been involved in Wheatland for about 13 years. I've been to all 18 of them, this being the 18th. Came the first 5 years as pretty much just a spectator, and then just decided to get involved because it looked like a real neat thing for me. Because I was starting to play music a little bit more and become involved and became friends with some of the organizers of the festival, you know, music organization in general, and so it was just time for me, I guess, to become involved, to move into this area.
What was it like back then, like in the early days, I guess?
Certainly much smaller than it is now. You know, remembering those first year or two in the early 70s. Just a few thousand people tops coming to this thing, and the first one, a few hundred people. You know, a little cornfield east of town, east of Remus, and so yeah, I mean, I've seen it grow tremendously since then, up to now.
How has it evolved? Has it been a steady climb, or is it?
As far as attendance goes?
As far as your reputation, attendance.
Well, I mean, I believe there was a time when, you know, numbers in attendance were really growing, and then it kind of leveled off, and I think it kind of goes up and down now. It probably doesn't fluctuate much from year to year as far as bodies go, attendance-wise. But again, as I spoke a few minutes ago, we have so many people who want to come and play the Wheatland Festival because they know what a great gig it is and how well they're treated here and what a great time they have.
When the musicians come and you get this great feedback and everything, is it something like they say, we got to come back again? If a band comes for the first time, do they usually want to come back again?
Oh, most definitely. Yeah. Most definitely. And, you know, I know, financially speaking, there are acts that come and play the Wheatland Festival for probably less than their normal fee would be, because they really like coming out and playing. Because they're treated so well, and the crowd response is tremendous for them, and you get a chance to eat some good food and hang out with their friends and play music and perform for others, and that says a lot to me as an organizer. That you know, financial considerations are always a big thing for us. You know, musical budget is pretty darn big. It has to be, because you have a lot of acts from around the country, and some people have to come a long way to play. Some people not so far, but much like the ladies who we have on this afternoon, Ranch Romance. They come from Seattle. They fly out, play some other gigs in the area, play Wheatland, go away, go back home.
Yeah. So. What? The festival is based around traditional music, but in the past there's been some other kind. I mean, you've played. There's been blues groups here, and is that something that you'll continue doing, as well as traditional bluegrass?
Certainly so. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I believe we try to present a wide variety of music. If you look at in 1991, you know, it's Cajun music, bluegrass music, soul music, old time music, brother-sister duet singing. It's amazing to me, and that's that's something I think as a committee member of the program committee, we strive, you know, we look at a program, you know, as we're booking in acts, we try to look at that kind of thing and say, we don't need 12 bluegrass bands, we need to have this kind of music and this kind of music, and who out there is doing that, and who we haven't had before can we bring in, and who are old friends we want to bring back.
Sure. Have you been involved with any other festivals? Have you?
At an organizing level, no.
Have you seen other festivals and how they compare with Wheatland?
Sure. Oh yeah. Yeah. I travel around some in the summer and go to other festivals, either as a musician or just a spectator, and some of them are great and some of them aren't so great. It's
one of the things I like about Wheatland is the musician workshops that they have going all the time. Has that always been the case here, or is that just something that just kind of came out of what was happening with all the musicians around?
We felt that there are a lot of musicians here, performers who we book in, and they have a lot to offer to common people, the folks who come to the fest, and if they can teach some of these other people, amateur players, show them a lick or two, give them pointers on, how to play certain chords or a song, and it just puts those people that much further ahead as budding musicians.
If you could talk to a complete stranger who's never heard about Wheatland before, and you wanted them to come to the festival, what would you say to them?
It's a great time. It happens on the property of now the Wheatland Music Organization, but for a long time, Mark and Gladys Wernat, two of the loveliest people I've ever met in my life, and you should come and experience the great feeling and time that everyone else does at the Wheatland Festival.
Okay. That wasn't so bad, was it?
No, fine.
That's about it.
Okay.
That worked out great.
No dirt next time, huh?
Here, we'll do this, the paper cup with the, there, that's it. Yep. But you got to release, right? First we interview, then we release.
See how it goes, right? Okay, that's it.
I don't have any paranoia, but
sit over here.
I do deal with the press every now and then.
Oh, do you?
Sure.
Okay, go ahead.
First of all, we just
what the co-op here is all about and how it got started with the festival.
Well, you know, the first Wheatland was sort of organized as a benefit for the food co-op in Mount Pleasant. And this is a food co-op on western Michigan. It's the oldest rural food co-op in the state. And I think that there were a few co-op members that came to the first or second one. I don't know. They weren't, I think they were still playing on the back of a flatbed truck. But it was pretty close. There weren't a lot of people here. And about the third festival, we set up an old army tent and fried potatoes in cast iron skillets and cooked popcorn. We made a couple $100 from it and used that to help to bail our food co-op out. Over the years, we accumulated a few deaths and we just used it to sort of fund it. And then as time went on, we kept coming back. We got a little bigger, we bought a stove, and we bought a griddle, and we cooked more potatoes, and we said, the heck with the popcorn, it's too time consuming, and it's really sort of a mass feed here. I mean, there are an awfully lot of hungry people here, and it's sort of in the old hog farm tradition from Woodstock days, where they, you know, just basically cooked raw commodities and helped feed people, and that's what we try and do. I mean, it's it has a momentum of its own in that you put out good energy, you put out good food, and you're rewarded for it. And over the years, through the fundraising we've done here, we've funded cultural events at the school, we've done some recycling things, we've had music, had dancers come to our community that otherwise wouldn't be there, and we've purchased land, built a building, done some things with the proceeds.
Have you been here all 18 years?
No, I don't think so. At least probably 50.
How have you seen it change over the years? In size.
Yeah, right. That's the most obvious change is size. I mean, we used to have, see that tree right there? There's a tree back there on the other side. That used to be where our food tent was. And all the festival was contained in that area. Not anymore. Not anymore. It's grown a lot.
What do you like best about the festival?
The people. The people. Yeah. I mean, the music is great and the setting is ideal, but it's the people here. You've got families, you've got people who have the best intentions. They come here for a good time. They come here to meet old friends. I mean, it's just like a reunion. It's a reunion every year. We see people that we don't see any other time of the year, and here they are. We hardly know their name, but we see them, and here we're serving them food, and here they are jiving us over the counter. It's great. It's great.
What are you serving today?
Potatoes. Always potatoes. Well, once we cooked a ton, we decided we didn't need to do that anymore. I think this year we only have 1,800 pounds. We got about 400 pounds of onions. You know, somebody just drove up with 20 bushels of sweet corn. How many dozen eggs?
6 cases.
What is 6 cases in? Dozens. How many dozen eggs? 120 dozen eggs or something like that. You know, that's a pretty big feat. That's a pretty big feat. And of course, over the years, in terms of evolution, we've evolved from this 500-pound army tarp put on pin cherry poles to this 40 by 120, $40,000 pole building. I mean, and the same, talk with the CAC folks and they'll tell you the same.
This was just built this year or last year?
This year. In fact, just a few months ago.
Oh, really?
Yep. It's nice that, yeah, shade, look at, you know, we have full dining room.
Where did all the people come from?
Well, most of them come from the area, but we have a crew of volunteers that come from Wisconsin, Port Huron, Indiana. You know, we have some friends from New York who usually are here that didn't make it this year. There's a core of us from the Oceana County area on the western side of the state, and there are people that have passed through that community that have gone on to other places that circulate back through and are part of the consistent core of volunteers.
Sounds good, yeah.
Sounds
great.
Thanks.
public relations coordinator.
Let's see, here's how we pronounce this, right, Bill? So, do you know when it'll be broadcast?
I'm not sure. You might inquire with Nancy and see if she's keeping up with it. You got one, yeah.
I brought it.
I gave it for you when you were going to go sailing. Sailing and golfing.
That's right.
The heck of
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Festival backup noise. That's perfect.
That's great though, but clogging in the back there.
Yeah, that would be better than that.
That sound ready?
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, how long have you been to Wheatland and what brings you back every year?
Let's see, 3 of us have been coming here for a real long time because we were green grass cloggers. And the green grass cloggers were from North Carolina. The first year we came up here was, you need to ask Bruce this, or we need to look it up. We think it's either 75 or 76, one of those years. And we brought 2 sets of clog dancers up here from North Carolina, 16 people, actually more people than that, for a dumb amount of money, and drove all the way up here. And what keeps bringing us back is the same thing, is the Wheatland committee of people who came together that just wanted to have a great festival because they were fans and supporters of the music. They're just great people who wanted to bring the music to their own area. And they've always had incredibly good taste. And the first year, friends of ours and other bands like the Hot Mud Family and Highwood String Band and the Red Clay Ramblers, they all told us about this festival, said it was great. It was a new festival starting and it was great. And the lineup was so great. People that played traditional music but really added a lot of their lives to it. You know, the lineup was what impressed us, so we drove up here from North Carolina and then we met the committee and fell in love with them, and it was a couple years later we did a workshop with them in the winter and taught them how to clog dance, and they started a clogging team. See, a lot of people don't know this. I mean, you've never been to the festival, have you?
No.
The committee that works still to this day works really hard on the festival. A whole lot of them work a clogging team for several years, and they got really good too. Their name was the Costabella Cloggers? Yeah, the Costabella Cloggers. And in fact, we're going to get them up Sunday night. It's a tradition for us to get them up at the end and have them dancing. And that's what keeps bringing us back, is that we love these people. This audience is, a lot of these people have been coming from the beginning. They've been exposed to some of the very best traditional, new acoustic, innovative, real authentic, old time. It's just such a good range of old timers that have, you know, stayed pretty true to the tradition, plus young generation people that have, you know, added to it and helped it to evolve in blues, in bluegrass, in string band music, and Cajun music, and it's just such a wonderful thing. There's been such a great lineup year after year that the audience has been exposed to. I mean, I don't even know if they know how special it is. The Wheatland Festival is really one of the, you know, truly best traditional folk type festivals.
How do you think the audience sees you when you're up there?
Like a bunch of dummies.
I think it's like, you know, the best thing walking on earth with their response.
Yeah, last night they were freaking out. I could barely dance when they started, you know, and that energy comes back. You get so much adrenaline.
How does that feel up there?
Like, I'm not nervous, but you get, it's
amazing. Their energy transfers to the stage.
It comes into our bodies. And it's really, really a high thing. That's another thing about the festival is in the beginning, the committee of people were so open to our suggestions. They asked us, well, you guys have been to a lot of festivals, you know, tell us what you think about this festival, how can we improve it, and you know, we talked a lot about adding workshop stages, and when we came up here, this is another thing, they'd never seen clogging when we came up here, so not too many people had ever seen it, and so that was fun. But people didn't know much about dancing to traditional music. So the festival was really receptive to our suggestions and ideas, and eventually, you know, had dance areas and started putting it on the schedule, and then bringing in other teachers, you know, like Cajun dance teachers and you know, square dances, and you know, so that's a really important part to us, that the festival's been receptive to adding a dance area and having a dance program. And the other reason we love this festival and want to support it is because they work in their own in the community here. They have arts and education programs in the schools now, and I think they're very community oriented. Some festivals are only one event a year. This festival, I think, sincerely from the heart wants to add to their community, and we'd like to help.
What do you think about the evolution in the growth? Is that, think it's going to get too big sometime, or do you like the size now, or what?
Do you ever get afraid of that?
It seems really big, and I kind of marvel at the fact that the Fiddle Puppets have been with the group longer. They know people. I'm like, well, how did you ever get to know these people? It must have been smaller and more intimate at some point, and now it does seem a bit large for that.
Sometimes we've watched a lot of festivals do that. Sometimes I might be, you know, fearful that it could get out of hand or too big for people to have the same kind of experience, but that's another thing about Wheatland. It is really getting kind of big now, but there's some kind of magic here. It's enchanted, and people are so kind to each other. And there's all different kinds of people come to this festival too, you might have noticed. And it just works. There's some kind of really wonderful energy. I think it really comes from this slow growth. You know, over the years, as I said, people have been exposed to really great performers, and people have really imparted the music and the dancing. And then, and it probably mostly has to do with the people that put this festival on. They're so sharp. Yesterday we were down at the cabin ironing our 11,000 cotton costumes, and they had a radio on, the radio in the office that the staff uses, and the array of problems they have to face and know about. I mean, they have really taught themselves how to do a great festival. And so where there might be tension or upset in other festivals, they're just so sharp, they're so good at it. And I've also seen them handle potentially problematical situations with just, you know, real calm, and they're just coming from the right place. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
It's just magic.
Do you think as long as the festival goes on, Fiddle Puppets will continue to
Oh, I hope
shine?
so. Don't you hope so?
We like to keep coming.
I want to keep coming here when I'm like an old lady, you know.
Where did the name originate from?
What, the Wheatland Music Organization?
No. Fiddle Puppets, where'd you come up with that?
Oh, God. Well, it's in traditional music and traditional fiddle music, the fiddle is the lead instrument all the time, you know, and the other instruments kind of follow that lead or support that lead. And that's how we think of clog dancing. That as percussionists, you know, as musicians ourselves, we are led by the fiddle. The fiddle controls us, you know, so that kind of image is in our mind. So we are puppets to the fiddle. But it actually started out of some ignorance. As I said, we danced with the Greengrass Cloggers, and we quit dancing with them in '79, and we were asked, Rodney and I and Eddie were asked to do a workshop at a festival and maybe put together some routines. So we did that, and that was kind of new to us. We were kind of scared because we'd always danced in a large group, and we were only going to do this with 4. And so anyhow, we were doing it all for the fun of it, and we were trying to come up with a name, and we didn't want to be the Dutta Cloggers, because that was like what, you know, and we never really liked the word clogging.
Still don't like it.
I mean, when we started clogging, people didn't necessarily all, not everybody called it that. You know, it's been called different things. Anyhow, so we were on this search for the big name, and a lot of our friends still do this. They get a big kick out of, if you go to a fiddler's convention or a fiddle contest, a lot of our ignorant, crazy friends who play this music mostly for the fun of it will get together in a band and they'll compete, so they'll come up with stupid names. It's just been this pastime for about 25 years of all of us trying to come up with dumb names for the contest. So we were after a name for us, and all these dumb names got passed around and joked about. But then one night, right before we went to do this first little fiddle puppet gig, one of the fiddlers that we danced with a lot, they were playing all night. Literally, it was probably like 4 o'clock in the morning, and the horsehairs had started to break off the bow. And this guy, Bob Christensen, and he's been here with us many years ago. It's been many years ago, the Jubilo String Band. And that's back when we had Rosie, our big bus, and we were just doing it mostly that summer for the fun of it. And Bob Christensen kept looking at Eddie. He said, you know, every time I move this fiddle bow, you know, you move. Every time I move, you move. I feel like, you know, I've got my own personal. And then he said, puppet, you know, and he held the bow over his head, and the hairs, you know, were down over his head, and the fiddle puppet stuck. And I mean, I never known what I thought about it as a good name, because it gives, you know, some people don't know what the heck it is, but people are very attached to the name. We've actually been trying to change it, haven't we?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But nobody will let us. So that's the dumb story of dumb name. I'm sorry.
Okay. Anything else? I just wondered, how do you... So much energy has to go into that dancing. I know. I mean, you do a performance here, you get up, you go with the kids, you come over here, it's just constant. You must have to keep in really good shape.
Maddie's making faces at us behind your back. Hi, Maddie. Laura, answer that. What do you think?
What's the question? Where does it come from?
Where does the energy come from?
Yeah, and how do you have to
How do we sustain it?
Yeah, sustain
What do we have to do to prepare?
Well, actually, I think, again, we get a lot of our energy from the people that we're working with. People that we're teaching to, performing to. And it just comes from somewhere. When you need it, it comes from somewhere. I don't know where.
The preparation, Laura knows a great deal because she's our manager. She works really hard. People, you know, I don't want to get too serious or nothing, but there is a lot of preparation. It's our job to make it look fun. And but we practice a lot. We have lots of rehearsals, you know, and I start to not feel good. And the minute I start moving again, it just, doesn't it actually do that? It lifts you up, and you can, if you keep doing it regularly, I guess it's like having like aerobic, you're having that aerobic ability by keeping doing it, but there is some kind of energy that it keeps giving you. The dance itself keeps giving it to you.
Get up! Tackle up! Look at your last time.
Just get a whole bunch of edit shots.
You help me. Alright. Get your shoes off. You need your mouse now. Who's your mouse? You need a mouse? Oh, this is me, the mouse. There you go. I'll be the mouse. Can I be the mouse? We'll have one. He's over there. He's over there. Look at this video.
Do you have sound on this too?
Yes. This is Shoots by Suzanne, Grand Rapids, Michigan. Hey. Come on, mice and mouse, you gotta run fast. The kid, oh, they caught ya. She got him. You know, Matt Benford in the Wood Shop, All Stars is on next. You wanna get them?
Well, Mama told me
Matt Benford in the Wood Shop.
For the guy who shot in the wood?
Baby, if you could, on town, says he
what you want to do. It's exactly, and that's all my teachers tell me too, out of Ferris. People are gonna hassle you up one side and down the other side on what you should shoot and what you shouldn't shoot.
Is it working?
I'm just taping this, the soapbox speech.